The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio.
Hey.
I like that song. That's
like
about
that
the one I really like. We
that's
should
the one
just
you
have
like.
that every single time.
I see you waited till they showed the Pontiac on the screen.
No,
before
I
you said
didn't
something.
even realize it. How's your Pontiac
The
doing,
Pontiac
by the way?
Bonneville. I had it running the other day. It was
there
pretty
you go.
good. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably when I get back from New York, I'm
You set it on fire or something?
No, I'll drive up to somebody's got a hood up in Daytona. I'll see if I get a hood for it and look
You have
for
to
some.
drive it up there?
No,
to
I'll
make it fit?
take my truck.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But it's a Tempest, GTO, and Le Mans is all the same
All the
hood
same,
for that
yeah.
year. So
Yeah.
I'll get
Oh,
up
wait,
there and
is it a Tempest or Le Mans?
mine's a Le Mans.
Okay, so you don't need a GTO hood.
No.
But if you had a GTO hood, it would make the car look cool.
Right, I would have taken it.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem I'm having is finding fenders for it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make fenders for it.
Really?
There's no repops.
Really?
I guess, yeah, because 64, they're side by side like the 70 Chevelle.
Right.
And then 65, they changed
Up
it.
and down, yep.
Right, and the 63 fenders are also side by side, but they're smaller than the 64 fenders.
What year is yours?
64.
Okay. Good year.
Yeah, so I gotta find fenders for it.
So they're side by side.
Yeah, so if anybody has some fenders out there,
You ever go to the forums?
Yep, been on the
Pontiac forums? Like,
yeah, but you know, a couple of the forums that we're on, every time you talk to these people, you know, they get back to you and somebody will send you a quick message and say that guy's a scammer.
there's a couple on the Pontiac ones.
So that's what you got to worry about. There's our email. If anybody has any 64 fenders, email us.
Email the show. You know, we need more Tech Talk questions. I have to look them up on the internet, like guys asking questions like at a Buick forum or something.
Right.
Because we're not getting enough now.
Yeah.
But
bring that up
leave
again,
that on, Jesse, if you don't mind. That's our old name, AmericanCarClassics@gmail.com. It's pretty easy to remember. Just AmericanCarClassics@gmail.com. If you have a question about your car, please write in. We get a couple, but we don't get enough lately. So, So I have to go looking up questions when I write the show. Anyway, let's jump into the next news story, which is very interesting because it's all about McLaren. Did you guys watch that F1 from Miami?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a big F1 fan, but I saw what was going on.
It was really a good race. And it was great because, you know, I root for Max Verstappen. You know, he's the champion.
He wins
like two
everything.
straight. He wins last year he won like 18 out of 22 races or something. Ridiculous. The Red Bull car, the number one Red Bull. But it was nice to see McLaren, this young guy, Lando Norris, who's a really good kid. And I'm calling him a kid. He's probably 24, 25 tops. And he was racing for McLaren at the Miami F1 Grand Prix. And he got out front and he went, they gave him a new package, like different airfoils and stuff like that. And they weren't sure if it was going to work out. But what happened was Trump showed up at their garage before the race.
Right.
And Trump went around and shook all their hands and wished them good luck. And then he leads the race and wins. So then Trump comes back to the garage and he's congratulating the kid and all that again. You know, Lando Norris. And of course, Zach Brown is the head guy, the crew chief, I guess you call him.
I thought you said Zach Brown Band. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's the same name. It's the same name. But he's an American.
Okay.
He's an American. They call him principal, team principal over there. But it's actually what we call a crew chief. And so he's an American. So, of course, Trump went straight to him, you know, and they got along great. So there's a lot of reasons. They say McLaren created the perfect formula for a speedy car in the Miami, but we think it was Trump luck. I think it was Trump luck. I'm saying that.
Got to blame some.
Yeah, you got to have Trump was their good luck charm. So
see, I must have read something different or heard something different. I thought Verstappen came in first. And
came in second.
And something happened. He got disqualified, and then this guy won. But the other guy,
I watched it.
You watched it. So the guy won
I saw
outright.
Lando, yeah.
He didn't like let him go by or anything like that.
No,
He
not
won
at all.
outright.
No,
Okay,
he
good.
ran in there and he won his first ever race.
Good for him.
And, it's really tough against Verstappen because Verstappen just wins.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not watching F1 as much because it's almost like in the days of Dale Earnhardt. If you weren't an Earnhardt fan, you're like, come on,
right.
Earnhardt again.
Yep, it becomes the repeat sequence.
Yeah. So you get sick of it. Like, for example, the New England Patriots. They're in the Super Bowl again.
Right.
Tom Brady, they had that roast this week and everything. But yeah, it's the same thing. Everyone's like, oh, come on, not the Patriots again.
Yeah, as long as the Cowboys don't get in, I'm happy.
Yeah, right. You're a Giants guy, right? So Brady got up in that roast on Netflix and he was like, he put up his middle fingers. Like,
that was good.
He's F Eli Manning.
Oh, really?
And F Peyton Manning, and then the crowd laughed, and then Peyton Manning came walking out.
Oh, really?
It was pretty funny. They're good friends.
And that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, they're golf
Brady
buddies.
Roast.
Yeah, they're golf buddies. So anyway, let's go back to cars. Okay, enough about Trump and Brady and all that. And they made fun of him for Brady because he's a Trump supporter too. Not much, but they did.
Right.
So anyway, they're all Hollywood, so they don't want Trump.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ford has officially announced the Mustang 60th anniversary, which is actually this year because it was a 64
and a half
that came out. So at the half point this year, I suppose, Ford's pony car was launched a fan base of diehards when it debuted for the 65 model year, but it was actually 64 and a half. The car came out called a 64 and a half, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wimbledon white and all that.
Yeah.
Now, I was a little kid. I was 10 years old, and I saw the first Mustang at the New York World's Fair. They unveiled it at the New York World's Fair, and I just happened to go there. My aunt was a school teacher there in New York, and she took me and my sister to the World's Fair in 1964. And I saw that Mustang, that first ever Mustang. So I still remember it. Maybe that made me a car kid. I don't know.
And he still
Probably
likes a
not.
GTO.
And you still like a GTO.
I'm not gonna buy a Mustang.
You're not gonna switch teams.
No way. Anyway, you guys see a picture on the next page. They have a special anniversary appearance package, which will be painted in Wimbledon white. No, modern race red and vapor blue colors. Expect them at the dealership starting in late 2024. They're going to have a lot of cars that they're going to highlight for this thing, the Dark Horse school cars, they called it.
And they're only making 1,965 of them.
Yep. 1965. That's a good number.
Yep.
So it's a good-looking Mustang, I have to admit. It's a convertible. I'm sure there's hardtops available, but the picture I have is convertible. For a Mustang, it's a good-looking car.
Yeah, the Mustang.
Well, you know what? The thing is, it's the only pony car now that's really survived. I mean,
right? Because all the other
Challenger came back,
right? But that's leaving.
And then the Pontiac. No, there was no Pontiac car.
The Chevelle never came back.
No, but I'm talking about pony cars. What was the other one? The Mustang, the Challenger,
Charger,
and the Charger wasn't a pony car.
Oh,
it was too big. What else was the Trans Am? Was the '69 Trans Am became a pony car with the Camaro was the other pony car. How could I forget that? So those are the four pony cars that all raced each other in the SCCA. Was it called I forget. How can I forget that?
I don't know.
But anyway, they had those races with just those cars, and they were a lot of fun to watch. I remember watching them when I was a kid, but I didn't watch them for long. There's a baseball going on.
And did you see any NASCAR?
No, I did not watch NASCAR.
Kyle Larson won by 0.001 seconds.
Oh, I did see the
it was
finish.
The closest.
I saw the finish, the closest in history.
It was almost like the Kentucky Derby.
Right,
you couldn't even
the
tell who won the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it was so close. So they literally that much.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening on the radio, my fingers are spread out about 2 inches. But it was amazing. He won that race.
1 second.
0.001. 4 zeros, right?
Yeah.
4 zeros and a 1. And he just barely edged him out. But the Kentucky Derby was the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't tell who was the winner until they showed the stop action photo, which is good because it was Really,
so this
really close.
All right, real quick. This new Mustang is a gas engine. It's not
Yes,
electric.
it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Because they pretty much they have the only Mustangs that are electric now. And what that station wagon,
The
the Mach-E one.
Yeah,
it's a
little
crossover.
Yeah,
it's a crossover. Yeah, I saw one today. It was blue. It's pretty cool looking, actually. I mean, I'm not a Ford guy, but
not for me.
And Dodge isn't making the Challenger anymore. They're just doing with the Charger.
no, they're making it. They're making, but it's only going to have V6 power.
Oh, I thought they were doing away with Challenger.
Really? I don't think
did
so.
Did you hear that, or am I making this up here?
No, I think they're still keeping it.
Still keeping the Challenger?
Because they came with the electric Challenger that's out now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they're keeping it because they just announced what engines are going to be in it for next year, so they've got to be keeping it. Remember, like 3 weeks ago, I said they announced that there no more V8s in there.
Right, yeah, doing twin turbos, right?
Yeah, twin turbo V6s, and they really go. So, Mike, I got to ask you a question since we're going to go on break soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
what's all with the tan? Where you been go on the beach? Your legs are all tanned up. Huh?
Yard work. Brother.
You kidding me? Really?
All I gotta do is.
Wow, I thought you were hitting the beach going
Nah.
golden
I went to the beach
something.
one day for like an hour, but
Did you really?
The Italian.
Plus, the other thing, the Italian,
they get dark real quick.
Get dark like 5 seconds.
Yeah, we went real quick. We went to a wedding years ago, and it was down in Isla Mirada.
Okay.
And my wife was in the wedding party, and of course we're in the Keys. And so what do you do in the Keys? You're sitting on the beach.
Right, exactly.
Well, they take all the pictures at the end of the day. They're taking pictures here. They take a big, huge group picture.
Right.
The pictures come back, and the bride now calls my wife and says,
oh boy,
"Where's Mike? How come Mike wasn't in the picture?"
Right.
And my wife goes, "Well, he's holding me in the picture. I'm right next to him." And they were like, "Well, we thought that was like an island guy." 5 days on the beach.
Right.
I get a little dark.
Yeah.
You
Italian
comes out and you get dark. What are you going to do?
I'll say you do. Wow.
So that was my quick story. Before.
He's just doing a lot of yard work.
Lot of yard work, man.
I guess.
Oh, it's crazy stuff going on at the house.
He's got these grapevines and he's got his tomatoes out there. He's going to make his sauce. He's going to make He's got some wheat. He's going to make some flour and
Don Corleone walking through the tomato fields.
Yeah. Yep, some oranges out there like Don Corleone.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We got to go on break.
Yeah, we're going to go on break.
And then we're
going to go on break. We're going to do some history, which is very exciting.
Oh yeah.
And then we get some tech talk for you, and we'll be right back.
Offering 24/7 emergency services, Joe Scazzari Roof Services Consulting offers prompt handling of homeowners' insurance claims and has been serving the Treasure Coast for over 40 years. Scazzari's roofing experts can fabricate and install standing seam metal roofs on site, saving you thousands of dollars. And for those do-it-yourselfers, they can cut and fabricate your metal roof and deliver it right to your home or job site. Got a flat roof? Scazzari Roofing and Consulting specializes in all commercial and residential flat roofing systems. State certified and licensed, Scazzari Roofing and Consulting is family-owned and operated. Check out their website at roofservicesconsulting.com or give them a call at 772-388-7453 or toll free at 888-675-8106. Scazzari Roofing and Consulting Contractors.
Enjoy Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
Wounded Waters is hosting its second annual Offshore War Fishing Tournament on May 25th at Causeway Cove Marina in Fort Pierce. There'll be cash prizes, side pots, and the first 100 boats get a free bucket. The Wounded Waters Offshore War will also be hosting a Kids Land tournament that morning. Join us at the Wounded Waters Fishing Tournament May 25th at Causeway Cove Marina, Fort Pierce. Register now at woundedwaters.org. Discounts for veterans and first responders. Visit woundedwaters.org.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. I hope you're listening on your radio on 107.9 WAXE, The Patriot.
Waxy.
Waxy. And 1370 AM if you like static. So, anyway, let's do some history real quick. You guys remember Harry Gant? Remember Harry Gant? Back in NASCAR, he started at a very old age, and he almost won Rookie of the Year at 39 years old when he started Winston Cup. But on May 5th, 1991, 51-year-old race car driver Harry Gant racks up his 12th NASCAR Winston Cup career victory at the Winston 500 in Talladega. And he bettered his own record as the oldest man ever to win a NASCAR event. Wow. May 5th, 1991. I liked Harry Gant. He was a nice guy.
They're coming back with the old colors, I think, this week.
The green skull, skull car, right?
Yeah, skull. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car is coming back.
Really?
Yeah, the old paint schemes are coming back.
The Goodwrench and all that?
Darlington,
yeah.
I wonder if they're going to have the Tide car. Remember Ricky Rudd with the 5 Tide car, with bright orange Tide car?
They're doing the Kellogg's car.
The Kellogg's car.
Are they really?
Yep. They're coming back with a whole bunch of different cars.
Wow. They had to do Ricky Bobby's Wonder Bread.
Yeah. But they are doing Cold Trickle.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, from the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So it's going to be at Darlington, you said? Darlington Raceway.
Oh, I'll have to watch that one. I like that stuff. May 7th, 1998, German automobile company Daimler-Benz, maker of the Mercedes, of course, announces a $36 billion merger with the United States Chrysler Corporation. And they purchased the Chrysler, marked the biggest acquisition by a foreign buyer ever. And what they did was they sucked everything out of Chrysler, and they hung them out to dry.
That's it.
That's what they did.
Yeah.
So those Germans, you stinktier. I speak a little German. That means skunks.
Oh, gotcha. Good.
Okay. Anyway, May 8th, 1956, Henry Ford, the namesake and grandson of the legendary automobile maker, resigns as chairman of his family's charitable organization, the Ford Foundation, and they did it for tax reasons, not for anything else but tax reasons.
And did you see that special, The Cars That Built America?
Yeah.
It's been on constantly on Discovery. They really hammered, I think, Henry Ford a little bit.
Yeah, they did. You know why? Because he was anti-Semite.
Yeah, they didn't like him at all.
He actually liked Hitler. He was would call Hitler and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was pretty bad. So that they trashed him pretty badly on there.
It's a good show, though. I think it's 3 parts.
I've watched it.
If you want to see it, it's really good. The car, and then they did the whole thing on the 60.
Yeah, but the DeLorean thing is a bunch of baloney.
On your book that you wrote, they got a whole bunch of stuff on that.
Yeah, about the GTO.
Yeah.
But they had, that was, a lot of it was true, but they kind of forced their way through it. And a lot of it, this is the book.
That is the book right there. Hey.
But,
buy the book, he gets 2 cents.
I don't get a lot, I'll tell you that. I reached a pinnacle where I got more now. They added like 10% on my royalty.
Nice. There you go.
But my last royalty check was only like $5 or something. I only sold like 2 books or something, So whatever. But it was a good book. It was a good run. I could push it. If I pushed it more, I would get more royalty out.
You got to do it on the Pontiac web pages.
Yeah, no kidding.
There you go.
Anyway, so May 10th, 1980, the U.S. Treasury Department, Treasurer William Miller announces the approval of $1.5 billion in federal loan guarantees to the bankrupt Chrysler Corporation. It was the largest rescue package ever granted, and that was by Leo Iacocca, who had been fired from Ford a couple of years earlier. And he went to Chrysler, and he became the company's president and chairman of the board in 1978. He appealed to them, saying that the number 3 automaker in the United States could never be bankrupt in a depressed economy, and he got the loan.
Yeah,
he saved Chrysler,
and then they sold it.
Right. A few years later, to Mercedes.
There you go.
May 11th, 1947, B.F. Goodrich announced that they're going to have tires that they're tubeless tires, and you could put air in them, and they would be safer and more efficient. But believe it or not, the pneumatic tire or tires filled with pressurized air were used on motor vehicles beginning in the late 1800s from a French rubber company called Michelin. So Michelin had air tires way back in the late 1800s.
Wow.
Little tire trivia for you there.
Now, what's the point in, what is they put nitro in the tires, nitrogen or hydrogen?
Yeah, that's
What's the
baloney.
point of that?
It's baloney.
So the nitrogen, the molecules are bigger.
Okay.
So like if a car sits, it doesn't leak out as fast. Like,
Yeah.
especially like on a motorcycle, we switched it on the motorcycle and the guy was trying to sell it on ours. So my motorcycle, I had to put the nitrogen back in it like every 5 to 6 months, where every other month you had to fill it up with air.
So that's the only good thing about it.
Yeah, they try to tell you it's a softer ride and all that crap. It's all a bunch of BS.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It does handle the heat a little bit better. They
Does it really?
proved that on the racetracks,
Okay.
but it's just because of the molecules are bigger. It just, it doesn't leak out as fast and stuff.
Gotcha.
All right, let's do some quick tech talk because we did have a couple guys call
ahead.
right in. Pete from Vero Beach says, guys, I keep cleaning my 66 Malibu steering wheel cover, but after it sits for a week or so, it gets all sticky. What can I do to stop this from happening? Any tricks or miracle solutions,
Put
you guys?
put a
I've had it
windshield
happen.
cover. Put the windshield cover up on your windshield.
Yeah, that'll
I mean,
help.
because this, especially if it's
Florida
outside,
heat, yeah.
who knows if it's outside or not?
I've had that sticky thing happen to me a bunch of times on my vehicles, no matter what I'm driving.
Yeah, but you got to leave the window in the garage. Leave the windows open
Yeah,
in the garage. Don't seal up your car
let the air
because
circulate.
it just gets sticky even inside.
I wonder
Yeah, the
why it does
humidity
that.
and all that
How
stuff.
do you get that off? What would you use?
I don't know.
Everything I've always tried, it comes back in a few months. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Rubbing alcohol, maybe take it off. I'm sure it gets the glue off of everything else. So
denatured.
yeah, I mean WD-40 might help. It works on
Nah.
everything. WD-40.
Yeah, you're right. What do we got for time? Okay. So try WD-40, but you're gonna have to rinse that off after. It's gonna be
Slippery.
oily and slippery.
Yeah.
That's not safe driving.
Quick return.
Yeah. Okay, Greg in Port St. Lucie says my '67 GTO, Mike,
There you go.
sat in an enclosed garage in Stewart with visiting rodents for 8 years. The previous owner didn't drive the car at all. It has a strong, musty smell. I pulled out the replacement carpet, sprinkled it with baking soda. It was in good condition. Vacuumed that up. I removed the mice nest from the headliner, as well as the trunk lid and hood, and cleaned all the surfaces, but he still had a smell. Is there anything I can do to eliminate that smell short of replacing the carpet and headliner?
Well, if you're not going to bring it to a professional to get it done,
Well, he sounds pretty good. He
you
took off the carpet himself.
I know you got.
I'd probably say it's in the foam in the seats. That's why I
You
see
got
a lot
to
of
take
it.
all
Oh, yeah.
that out and just really clean
Once
it.
it's in the
good.
car, it's hard to get rid of
So
it.
we had this question before, and we told him to get an ozone generator. Stick that ozone generator right in the car.
I've seen
let it
people
run,
do
close
that,
it up.
but you really get a deep clean. You got to take the carpet out. You got to take everything out and start from
But
scratch.
he did that though.
Yeah, vinegar always helps.
Well, yeah, white vinegar, absolutely.
vinegar
Yep,
help.
I'd
yep.
probably say take the seats out and spray the foam cushions down with some of the vinegar and some Ozium and
Yeah.
stuff like
Spray
that.
the
So
inside of the car with that stuff. Poof. Believe it or not,
Well,
it
there
actually
you go.
works.
Yeah, maybe
it
that
actually works.
Does it work?
Actually
Did you buy
works.
some?
I bought some. Poof,
Really?
Poof works.
I wrote down with you. You should have sprayed some on yourself, dude.
Nice. Thanks. Hurry up.
That's
You
okay.
got a minute.
All right, we got a minute. Okay, Steve in Port Pierce says, Mike, how much of a difference in parts between a 72 and 76 Gremlin? I have a 72 and I'm looking for parts out of a 76, windshield, door, windows, and so on. Do they all fit?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Are they? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So, Steve, we got you in. Richard in Melbourne says, I have a 69 GTX 440, which sits for a week. I got to crank the crap out of it to get the fuel back up to the carb. Is there anything that makes an inline fuel pump? Who makes an inline fuel pump that could just turn it on and pump the gas up there instead of wearing out his battery, I guess, right? What do you think?
electric fuel pump.
Yeah, electric fuel
pump.
Yeah.
A
That's
Harley
it.
Blue Pump with no regulator set up with check valves.
Well, go to fuel injection. Hey, we got to get out of here.
Okay, we're done. Hey, thanks very much for listening to Classic Car Radio.
And
don't
Richard
forget,
and Joe
if you
will answer
listen
your
on
questions
YouTube-
next week, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so we are out of here.
Put
See
the
ya.
pedal to the metal.